This is Anil with a video tutorial for the Learning Led on C programming. So in this video tutorial we're gonna see how we can. In this video tutorial I'm gonna teach you one of the method which is used to pass the value to a function, and that is called pass by value. So another method is called pass by reference, and we're gonna see that in some other tutorial. So here, for the demonstration purpose, we're gonna create a function called display, and this display function is gonna take two parameters which are of type integers. So I'm just gonna prototyping it here. So next, in my main function I'm gonna create two variables, x and y. So I'm gonna assign this x with a value of 10 and y with a value of 20. Next, we're gonna use a printf statement to print the values. It's gonna be printf, and we're gonna say x is %d and y is %d. We have to refer this x and y. Then we're gonna use this display function, and we're just gonna pass the parameters. It's gonna be display, then the parameters are gonna be x and y. So now we need to define our display function. It's gonna be void display. So it's gonna take two parameters. It's gonna be int, let's say a, comma int b. So here we're gonna print it out. It's gonna be printf a is %d and b is %d. It's gonna be a, comma b. I'm gonna save it, compile it, and run it. So as you can see here, we have x is 10 and y is 20, then a is 10 and b is 20. That's because first we initialized our x and y variable with the values of 10 and 20, and then we just printed out. Then we called the display function and passed the values of this x and y. So here, for the variable a, the value of x was copied, and for the variable b, the value of y was copied. So that's why it says a is 10 and b is 20. The main thing or the purpose of this tutorial is, when we pass these values to a function, that these values of this x and y will be copied to this a and b. So in memory there will be four variables. They are x and y in some memory space, then the variables a and b in some other memory space. One variable is x, one is y, and another one is a, which is defined inside a function, and another one is b, which is defined in another function. So we have x1 in one place, y is one place, and a in one place, and b in some other place. So this x gonna contain the value 10, and this y is gonna contain the value 20. So when we call this display function, the values of this x and y will be copied to these variables a and b. That's why this a is gonna contain 10 and b is gonna contain 20. So if we change the values of this a and b here, this a and b values will be changed in this memory location. This change in values is not gonna affect the values of this x and y. That's because this x and y are stored in some other memory place, and this a and b will be stored in some other memory place. So we're gonna see in our program right now. So in this display function I'm gonna change the values of this a and b. So let's make it a equal to, let's say 100, and b equal to 200, and we're just gonna print it out, save it, and in this main function I'm going to copy this printf statement and place it after here, and here I'm going to say before function call, and here I'm going to say after function call. So now I'm going to save it, compile it, and run it. So as you can see here, it says before the function call x is 10 and y is 20. That's because we have assigned the values to this x and y. Then we call this display function. That's why in the function it says A is 10 and B is 20. That's because the values of x and y were copied to these variables A and B. Then we change the values of this A equal to 100 and B equal to 200, and then we printed the values of A and B. That's why we're getting A is 100 and B is 200. So once this function returns, or once this display function finishes execution, so the values of A and B will be lost, and the changing in the values of A and B will not affect the values of this x and y. That's because they are stored in different memory locations. That's why when we print it by using the printf statement after the function call, or after the display function, this x and y value still remains 10 and 20. So this is it. This is about the pass by value in C, and in the next tutorial we're going to see pass by reference, which is more interesting than this one. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next tutorial.